Hello, Antra. Day 66, 90-day challenge. Today I double checked on something I've been looking forward to for some time, which is the local county soil lab testing here. It's been out of commission for months. So essentially what I've been wanting to do is get a bunch of soil samples done in the lawn. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but it was shut down for however long, I'm not sure, but they are back open again, and they'll take soil samples every first and third Wednesday of the month. So this week I'm going to have soil samples ready for them. During this time back in May, when I saw this, I went an alternate route, and it was kind of worked out in a fun way because I signed up with an affiliate program which is relevant to my niche, and they do soil samples as well. So this is in May that I did this. Back in April, I had redone my lawn for the sake of doing an ebook. So I intentionally, what you saw in maybe my other videos where I did the lawn stripes, well, I hit that and killed it back in April to show a person how to start it from scratch. Back lawn is just a reseed. But nonetheless, I got the soil sample done after that, which maybe had skewed some things, to be fair, but I am skeptical about the results that I got, and I'm going to pull up this app right now. So the first thing, for those of you who are interested in soil sampling for your lawn, it's great for the sake of setting a foundation of knowing what's going on there, and you can make diagnoses. So if you're lacking a particular nutrient, it'll tell you that. Or if you got a surplus, and in some cases that can be a problem too. But the bottom line is that you want to have this material ready for when you put a fertility program together for the year. And you would want to go back and do these soil samples again about every 2 to 3 years. But going back to my results that I got through this program, so yes, I look at the pH first. It tells me I'm right in the zone, which right away I'm very skeptical about, because I anticipated it to be a very low pH. All the cedar trees around here drop a lot of debris, and if you don't attend to getting it off the lawn right away, which I have in the past, I'll admit, that it'll decompose during the wintertime, and that will compromise the pH of your soil. And the fact that it tells me it's right in the range where it should be, so grass will be most adequate between 6.5 and 7 on the pH scale. Otherwise, if you're out of those ranges, whether it's too high or too low, it will not uptake nutrients correctly. In other words, it's like it's in a sick state. So that's where grass is where you want to do. That's why I always look at that first. I'll believe a few of these others because, like I said, I had applied what's called a starter fertilizer back in April when I redid the lawn. So the starter fertilizer is for when you put the seed down, and the nutrients in that. So you got your NPK, the 3 numbers, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. That second number is for what you'd want for establishing new seeded lawn. And it tells me my phosphorus is high, and I'll believe that because phosphorus is relatively immobile in the soil, which means that when you apply it, it's really not going to move away too far. In contrast to something like nitrogen, which there's what's called a leaching potential. The thing with nitrogen is you really want to do what's called spoon feeding. And what that essentially means is you, instead of all at once, you space it out throughout the year. So if you were to put out a pound of nitrogen throughout the year, try to split that up maybe a handful of times, break that down in your mouth. And there was one other one, but nonetheless, overall what I'm trying to say is I was skeptical about this, and what I was concerned about was the potential that these might be skewed for the sake of trying to sell. There's a lot of witches brews out there with fertilizers, and you just kind of have to be skeptical. I'm really hoping that I'm wrong in this case, because the person who owns this affiliate marketing company or this program and looks for people like myself, he's a big guy known on YouTube, and I like him a lot. So I'm really hoping that I'm wrong in this case, that this is sincere. I'm gonna get my soil sampling done for this Wednesday. It should be back in a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, once I bring it to the lab, one town over, and I'll be able to make a a decision from there. So I would advise anybody that really cares for their lawn to go through this process, because it will really help set a foundation and not go into it blindly, just kind of throwing fertilizer down here and there. I mean, I guess a person could do that, it's great, but I don't advise it. I'd rather see a person feed it what it needs rather than doing a surplus and not waste your time and your money in case you've got one of these elements too high. And so just being precise is what I shoot for, and I suggest for others. So anyways, it's a great tool to have. It's $20 per sample. So I'm gonna do one for the front yard, the backyard, $40 total. It's a great deal for what it does for you. All right, thought I'd share that for the day. That is 66, tomorrow 67. We'll see you then. Thank you.